All right, so today, guys, we're covering mortgages, repossessions. And then on the business side, we're going to go into client ascension. What is client ascension? What does client ascension mean? And content creation, which is one of the reasons why we're going to be having that content party that's coming up next month. So mortgage fraud, student loans, repossession, and the arbitration roadmap. So these are the topics we're going to be going over today. All right. So mortgage fraud, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, it is more common than you guys think. You see, there's a secret that banks do not want you to know about stopping foreclosures. And a lot of you don't know that a lot of consumers get drawn into foreclosure, and people get run out of their homes, and they don't even know that these banks and these crooks that are putting them out, some of them don't even have the legal right to collect, right? So I was tired of hearing about how banks were taking advantage of people, so I decided to do some research, and I put this stopping foreclosure guide together, aka the mortgage fraud ebook. So mortgage fraud exposed. Secrets banks don't want you to know about stopping foreclosures. Unmasking mortgage fraud, a homeowner's guide to challenging foreclosure. See, the mortgage and the note must travel together. Any attempt to separate them would render the mortgage void, right? The principle that mortgage and the note cannot be separated stems from the legal concept that the mortgage is an accessory to the note. The mortgage represents the security interest in the property, while the promissory note represents the borrower's obligation to repay the loan. The mortgage's primary function is to secure the debt, and it exists only to ensure the lender has a way to recover their losses if the borrower defaults on the note. A lot of you might be familiar with MERS, M-E-R-S, Mortgage Electronic Record Systems. MERS is a nominee agent. So for my homeowners on here, you will know what I'm talking about. See, if MERS is involved with your mortgage, it means a securitization has occurred. Now, there's two parts to this, right? MERS can securitize a mortgage, and the originator is the holder of the note. If that is the case, where MERS is the nominee agent and the originator holds the promissory note, it simply means that they hold it together and they're of the same company, because MERS is now their nominee agent. So in that case, the mortgage and its effectiveness is in full effect. So there's a legal obligation to pay. Now, if you go over where MERS is a nominee agent for an investor, right? And now the investor does not hold the note. Is anyone here familiar with MBS, mortgage-backed securities, when they resell mortgage and put it on the stock market? All right. If any of you that's a homeowner and your mortgage has been sold to different, like you'll get a letter in the mail stating that, oh, this company now is the new owner of your mortgage. If any of y'all ever got that type of letter, it simply means that your mortgage was sold. If the note is transferred without the mortgage, if the mortgage is transferred without the note, the new holder lacks the legal right to collect if there's a default. If there's a separation in the mortgage and the note and there's a default, you can stop foreclosure because you can prove that the lender has, or the holder has, no legal right. This is a federal case law, ladies and gentlemen. There are federal case laws that support this. This isn't something that's being made up. A little secret to getting your home free and clear is learning the mortgage fraud. You need to learn this. If you are going to specialize in this area of foreclosure and mortgage fraud, you need to learn this. This is how you can get homes free and clear. This is how you can get homes using the rescission process. This is how you get these homes free and clear, when you can prove that the mortgage and the note got separated and there is no legal right to collect, or there is no valid claim. So the mortgage deletion letter is what we use to delete mortgages from your consumer report. So you're going to start off with the mortgage deletion letter with your first name, last name, your street number, city, state, and you're addressing the mortgage company. You are not addressing Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. You are addressing the mortgage. You're addressing this to the mortgage company. It's very important that you know this, right? You put the account name, the account number, the date. Notice to agent is notice to principal. Notice to principal is notice to agent. To whom it may concern, I recently received a copy of my credit report, and I see that you have reported an account on all three major consumer reporting agencies that I did not give you permission to report. No permissible purpose. You did not disclose to me that I can opt out of having my information reported, and I am writing you to exercise that right. So now where you see Experian, so when it comes to student loans, right? You can delete student loans in in three ways. You can use this letter that is here. You can go through litigation, or you can use 15 USC 1602 independently of 15 USC 1681A. So the two methods that I use are the ones right here. So this right here is the 1681A method coupled with the truth in lending. This is one way where we use the exclusion section under authorization of a specific line of credit, right? So you will see that some of the letters sound similar, right? What you need to comprehend is how the letters are targeted and how they're being used. So when it comes to student loan, just like mortgages, student loan is a specific extension of credit. It's a student loan. But in conjunction with the student loans aren't public record, right? So when we're talking about student loans, I want you to think now about 15 USC 6801, right? Why does a repossession happen, and how do you evaluate a repossession, right? So a mispayment, which is a default, leads to default notices, which are called the daunting letters that they send you. Oh, you owe this money, you need to pay it now, stuff like that, right? And which leads to repossessions. Now, there are 4 key steps to deleting a repo from your consumer report. So we're going to dive in, and the section of the law that covers repossession is UCC 9, Part 6. That's where repossession falls under. The 4 main steps or sections that will get your repo deleted is 1, was the repossession peaceful? Was there a breach of peace? A repossession is currently going on right now. And if the client or the person tries to stop the person that's doing the repo, let's say, for instance, the person says, stop, 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 do not take my car. Or in this case, the person is inside the car. The person is inside the car. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a breach of peace. That is not a peaceful repossession, right? When we go to UCC 9-609, we are under the section of the law that covers repossession. As you guys can see, secured parties' right to take possession after default. This is a federal law. Possession rendering equipment unusable, disposition on debtor's premises. After default, a secured party may take possession of the collateral and, without removal, may render the equipment unusable. So let me explain what that means. Some cars, you're able to remotely shut them off. Like, for instance, let's use a Tesla for an example, right? If a borrower defaults on that loan, right, on that payment, the company can shut the car off and render it useless. Now, the next thing we must know about a repossession is what? A pre-sale letter must be sent. So, LexisNexis, when Capital One took your vehicle with CarMax, when they conspired and took your vehicle, did you get a pre-sale letter before they sold the vehicle?
Nope.
All right. So if the answer to that is no, that is a violation of UCC 9 Part 6. Remember, you know, the law doesn't say you have to receive it. It says it must be sent. Pre-sale letter must be sent. A post-sale letter must be sent. The question is, can they prove that this pre-sale or post-sale letter was sent? So these violations are the easiest ways to get the repossession deficiency balance dismissed and to get the repo deleted. Plus, you can get remedy. So we have a training coming up also on repossession. I'll be doing an in-depth class on repossession. Day 1, we covered what? Can somebody remind me what we covered on day 1? Lead generation, right? On the business side.
Yeah.
Day 1, we covered lead generation, right? Day 2, we covered lead conversion. Now, we are on day 3, which is client ascension and content creation. And all the other platforms out there, right? Snapchat. Oh, no, I don't use Snapchat anymore. I can't seem to keep up with Snapchat, right? So we know that success has a need for speed. Why does success have a need for speed? It is easier to make a lot of money in a short period of time than it is to make a little bit of money over a long period of time. Does anyone believe that or think that that statement is inaccurate? The content parties for the university students, guys, show up. Just show up. We're going to be doing content all day. And then Sunday, we're going to go to brunch. And guess what? It is all on me. All you guys got to do is get your room and show up. That's it. Show up and get your room. I will take care of the rest. If your goal is to create content that appeals to your audience and complete your side of the agreement, when making content, you always need to think of 3 things: hook, story, offer. What is a hook? Well, the hook is what draws people in. So when I say late payments are illegal, that's a hook. People have never heard it before. What do you mean late payments are illegal? All right, let me show you. 15 U.S.C. 1681A2A1 says, except as provided in paragraph 3, the term consumer report does not include. If you look at the definition for what a consumer report is, nothing in there says FICO or Vantage. Nothing. So factors of FICO and factors of Vantage are not a part of your consumer report. Those are factors of FICO.